Hello. Looks like I've only got April in here. I think the other two ladies left and they're going to be back. I guess they thought I was going to be live at 7, but it was at 8 because I had a rough night last night. I had a lot to do today. Tried taking a nap this afternoon and I'm still sleepy, so I got my coffee. I mean, everybody should have got notifications if they have their notification box checked. We got 7 in here so far. 8 8 watching. Oh, I bet, April. Traveling wears you out, even though you have a good time. You're just so glad to get home and just kick back and forget the world's out there. You've been on OOI for 4 days. I bet you've had fun, though. Well, we got up to 10 and now we dropped down to 7 again. Where is everybody? But some ladies had left in the comments when I showed my quilting squares or my bedspread crocheting squares before, because I crocheted my bed and I made several spreads for other people. And I haven't done it in a long time, but I had several people ask, I'd love to know how to do that. How do you do that? So I decided to do a live and just, show some of you ladies how to do it that want to know. You were leaving Doc on Friend's boat. Oh, okay. I want to learn how to crochet. Well, I'm left-handed when I crochet, so if you're right-handed, it's going to be just the opposite. I had a hard time learning from my mom, and I still don't know a lot of stuff about it because she was right-handed and I'm left-handed, and everything she did was just backwards to me. So I had to flip it over. And then I just gave up and said, well, I'll teach myself from what little bit she showed me. Wish I could have hooked up with Kai. Oh, that would have been great. But he's working 7 days a week now. When he was in our live Sunday, he only was there for a few minutes because he said he was on his way to work, that he was working 7 days a week now to make extra money to help pay bills because, it's so expensive to live where he's at. So the poor guy is working 7 days a week. So I figured if I had my live later, maybe he'd be able to come to it. Because I think he gets off around 4. Him and his family could come to the house and swim. Yeah, that would be great. And there's Gladys. Hey, Gladys, I was wondering if you'd get the notification. I got my coffee, Gladys, because I didn't sleep last night and I did a lot today. Tried to take a nap this afternoon, which helped, but I'm still not with it. So I've got me some coffee. Maybe that'll help keep me awake. And there's Grandma Teresa. Hi, Grandma. How's Grandma Teresa doing? Well, thank you, Gladys. You mean a lot to me as well. I know, April, nothing like sleeping in your own bed. You get used to your bed, and that's the only place you need to be to go to sleep. Hotels or rent houses are good, but When you get home, it just seems so good to lay down on your own bed. Oh, that's neat. Your daughter took you out to eat. Well, we'll give everybody a little while to get in here before I get started because there might be a few more that want to see. And I know they can always watch the replay, but we'll give them a few minutes because we've only been on live for 5 minutes. So you like your window open all night, not air conditioner? Well, if it's, not too hot where you live, the window being open is sufficient and, you get fresh air in. And there's Jackie M. Hello, Jackie. Sheila McDaniel, Craig. Spent 2 weeks in the Philippines back in May. I couldn't wait to get back home to Georgia in my own bed. Yeah, I know. You always love to go on trips and vacations but I tell you, it's nothing like coming home after being on a trip and just crawling in your own bed. It's just like when you walk in your front door, you just like relax and everything goes away. How's Craig doing this evening on this Monday? Nose itches. Hope you're enjoying yourself there in Hawaii. My older sister was stationed there back in 1978 when she was in the Navy. Oh, wow. Well, my brother was stationed in Vietnam when he was in the Army. And when he was sent home, after his time was up, they gave him and his wife, my sister in law, 2 weeks in Hawaii. I said, oh man, that had to be fantastic just to kick back and enjoy life for 2 weeks in Hawaii. And I've never been to Hawaii either, and I'll probably never be able to go. Yep, nothing better than home in your own bed. I mean, I like to go places, but it's just good to get home. I knew someone that was in Vietnam and they were able to go spend time there. His wife met him there. Oh, wow. Well, my daughter got to go with her husband to Hawaii. And I can't remember if they were there for a week or 2 weeks, but he went there with the company that he worked for to do a presentation for the pharmaceutical company that his dad owned that he worked for. And my daughter had done some strenuous stuff before they left, and she had a drink on the plane and got relaxed. And all of a sudden, just immediate pain shot through down her neck and her shoulders. She had ruptured a disc and didn't even know it until she got on the plane. So she was in agony the whole time they were there, suffering from a ruptured disc in her neck. She had to go see a doctor while she was there. And so she said, Mom, I would have really enjoyed it if it hadn't been for that. But she said, when you're in pain, you don't really enjoy yourself. But she said the place was beautiful. I'm 53, so I don't remember any of that, but I'm repeating what I was told. Oh, really? I haven't heard from him. I didn't know they had a tornado in Tucson, but hopefully it bypassed him. Yeah, I had one brother. They ended up enlisting because back when they went in the service, they were drafting young guys left and right. And they said they knew they were going to be drafted. So they went ahead and enlisted so they could get into the branch of service that they wanted to go in, which was the Army. And my older brother was sent to Vietnam. Uh, my brother, a year younger than him, was sent to Germany. And his wife did go with him to Germany. They had an apartment in Germany that she stayed in, and that was fairly close to the back, the base where he was stationed. And she said it was so unreal. She said, I even had a book that translated German to English and English to German. And she said, I went into one of their stores one day to buy a light bulb, just a bulb, a light, because the bulb burned out. And even with the book, she said, I couldn't make them understand I needed an electric bulb, a light bulb. So she never got her light bulb. And there's Crafty Yaz Shabby Shack. How are you doing this evening? Yeah, I saw your message there where you said you'd be back when I went live. You were small at the end of Vietnam, huh? Well, my brothers were just recently out of high school when they had a draft. I mean, they were drafting young men left and right during that time. And it was just when Vietnam, got going heavy, fighting over there. And like I said, one brother went to Vietnam, the other one went to Germany. And my younger brothers were too young to be drafted, so they didn't worry about it. They were younger than me. I'm great. I'm just a little tired and there's Kai. Hello, Kai. I was up all night. I didn't sleep. I had a lot to do this morning. I did try to take a nap this afternoon, so I'm still kind of wore out. So, but I do have me some coffee to help maybe keep me from going to sleep. And there is a crafty ass shabby. Well, I didn't say that. I said crafty Yaz. YAZ Yaz. Shabby Shack Jude. I didn't I didn't say crafty ass shabby shack. Oh no, I put the I pinned April up there and I didn't mean to do that. I was trying to pin my message up there, the link, and April posted a message at the same time. Now maybe mine will be up there. Well, yeah. Yeah, I was giving people time to get in before I got started on anything. We got 20 watching already. Jackie M. Kai just came in. Oh, I have to read this to you. I was looking up quotes and this came up. It says, God says, remember these four things. One, I will make a way for you. Two, I'm fighting your battles. Three, prayer is the best medicine. And four, trust my timing. You know how sometimes when people pray for something and maybe they don't get it answered right away, it may be another year or more before they ever get the results of that prayer. So it's all in God's timing, you know. Just because you want something now doesn't mean God's going to give it to you now. Yes, thumbs up, please. Yeah, but I was telling April and some of the other ladies that back several months ago when I posted some stuff on crocheting the granny squares and how I made my blanket, my bedspread on my bed, and some of them left comments to that video saying that they wanted to know how to do that, how to make a granny square. So that's one reason I decided to go ahead live and maybe show you or try to. Like I said, I'm left-handed and a lot of you are probably right-handed. So the way you hold the crochet needle is going to maybe be opposite for me. And I had the same problem when my mom was trying to teach me because she was right-handed and me left-handed. So everything she did, I had to reverse it. So it was a little difficult in the beginning. I have been crocheting for years, so just here to enjoy the company. I wish I could show you all things I've made. Oh, that would be great, Sheila. Yeah, and I know a lot of you ladies probably have crocheted a lot more than me. But I said, thinking about those comments, I said, well, there's some ladies that don't know how to do it. And I said, it'd be nice to get on here and just show people the simple way to make a granny square. And it's real simple. I mean, I've got several started. I ran out of a lot of my colors. So I quit making squares for my bedspread because I was going with just certain patterns, you know, certain colors. But you see, you can use all different colors. And there's the pink with the brown. Yellow. I made my granddaughter a spread, and the squares were all different colors, but they were bordered in yellow. So the whole background to her bedspread was yellow, and she loved yellow. And then you can make them like that. I've got a whole bag full made like this. I mean, there's different colors in here, but they're all bordered with the light brown. And I'm out of light brown. So I had to stop making them because I want them all to match. I mean, they don't have to match the colors in here. They're all different colors, but I wanted all of them to match the outside row. So my background may be brown. I'm not sure. You know how women are, they're apt to change their mind. And there's one a little bigger. Grandma Teresa says, I have no patience now. You want to make crochet beanies. Well, I almost was going to bring the hat out and Didn't, but I'll go get it. I made a lot of these, the little knitted hats for wintertime. I was making these for some nieces and nephews, and I never did finish them, so they never got sent. But I made myself the hats. I think a green one, a tan one, a red one, and then I crocheted the scarves to match them. But you can tell I had nothing better to do than to sit down and crochet back during that time. And I didn't have a pattern for this. I made up my own pattern as I went. And I basically started it out just like I start out my granny squares with a circle. But I'm going to put the camera up here so you can see down at what I'm doing for the ones that you want to know. And I'll just read the chat off of I'll read the chat off my laptop over here. But you just start out, you got to make a loop in the end of your, you got to have a loop to start with. Don't need a big one, but just a little loop. You just tie a knot in the end of your string, and you got a little loop that you stick your crocheting hook in. And then I don't know how many of you know how to chain stitch. That's how you start out. You chain stitch. You make like 6 different chain stitches. You just got your loop around your hook. You take your yarn, wrap it around the second time. I don't know if you can see that, but then you grab it with your hook and pull it through. I've done 3 of those already. Wrap it around, pull it through. Wrap it around, pull it through. Wrap it around and pull it through. How many was that? I've lost my count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll do 6 of them. And then you come back. That's called a chain stitch right there, y'all. And I know you ladies that do crochet, you know that. That's elementary to you. But now we're going to go. We got 6 chain stitches, and we're going back and we're going to stick the hook, if I can. We're going back to the end we started at. We're going to stick the hook in the end we started at. Wrap the yarn around the second time, and then we're going to pull it through both of them. So we've got them connected. If you can see that, I don't know. We made a little circle. And this is where it gets interesting because we're going to start doing double crochets. So you wrap your, I don't know. I'm feeling like you can't see what I'm doing. You wrap your, you got one of them around it already. Then you wrap another one. You got 2. But we're not going to pull it through this time. We're going to go back through the hole, wrap it around, pull it through, wrap it around, pull it through 2 of them. If I can get it through. wrap it around again, and pull it through 2. That's what you call a double crochet. Now, I feel like you couldn't see that. April says I'm lost already. I wish you could see it a little better. I feel like you're not being able to see it. But you got your one loop on there. You always have one loop on your needle. Wrap it around. So that gives you 2. We're going to go back down through the circle that we just made with the chain stitch. Wrap around one on the end, pull it through. Wrap around, pull it through 2. Wrap it around, pull it through 2. I just did 2 double crochets. We do 3 double crochets, and then we'll move on to the next step. So you got 3. Wrap it around, pull it through 2, pull it through 2. And then pull your circle tight. And see, you end up with the 3 double crochets. I guess you can see that. I don't know. Now, we got 3 double crochets. We're going to wrap it around one more time, pull it through 1. Wrap it around, go back down through the center of the hole we created. Wrap it around, pull it through. Wrap it around, pull it through 2. Wrap it around, pull it through 2. We just did another double crochet. Is everybody totally lost? Okay, we're going to do another one. Wrap it around. See, we always have one on our needle, on our crochet hook. And you got to keep it a little tight, not real tight, but wrap it around. That gives you 2 on your hook. Go down through your hole that you made with your chain stitches. Wrap it around, pull it through. Wrap it around, pull it through. Wrap it around and pull it through. I just did 2 more double crochets. Gonna do another one. Wrap it around. That gives you two yarn pieces on there. Go through your hole, pull it through, wrap it around, pull it through 2, wrap it around, pull it through 2. That gives you 3. We only do 3 each section. Now we're going to wrap it around and do 1 chain stitch right there. You do 1 chain stitch through each 3 double crochets, because that's going to make your corner right there. I mean, I don't know if you see that. It's going to be your corner where that one chain stitch was. Now we're going to make 3 more. Go through your center, wrap it around, pull it through 2. Wrap it around, pull it through 2. And I've got little buddy at the door scratching like crazy. What did you want? You've already come in and got a snack. You can't come in and get a snack every time you just decide you want a snack. No, you can't. He's going crazy at that door wanting a snack. He thinks he's something special. Okay, that's the first double crochet on the 3rd set. We're going to wrap it around again. We're going to go down through our hole, wrap it around, pull it through the hole. Wrap it around, pull it through 2. Wrap it around and pull it through 2. That gave me 2 double crochets on that section. And you just do it again, wrap it around, go down through your hole, pull it out, wrap it around, pull it. I got the tail wanting to go in there. Pull it through 2, wrap it around and pull it through 2. And then you have to do 1 chain stitch. Now we do 3 more double crochets and we've got to close up our little square. And then I'll change colors so you can see better. Wrap it around, go down through your hole, pull it through, wrap it around, go through 2. Go through 2. Wrap it around, go down through your hole, pull it through, wrap it around, go through 2 and go through 2. Now do another chain stitch, just 1 of them. And we'll go back down through the hole, wrap it around, pull it through 2. And sometimes if you get it a little bit too tight, it might be hard to pull it through. Go down through the hole, wrap it around, pull it through 2, pull it through 2. Let's see how many I got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is where I change my colors of thread or yarn. See, what color should we put on here? Maybe the turquoise. As soon as you do that last 3 double crochets, you stop, cut your yarn, but leave it long enough to tie it to your new color. You can do your whole square the same color. You don't have to change the colors. But a lot of times people like to change the colors because they can use up their scrap yarn to make these squares. And you don't have to match up the yarn so much. I use all different colors in my squares, but then I try to use one color for the final row, and that ends up being your background. Okay, you go ahead and do your last chain stitch. And now we're getting on our new color. Now this is where it gets a little tricky, and I don't know if you can see it. But at the top of each double crochet, you got a little loop. And what we're going to do is go in that loop. We're not going in the center hole anymore. We're going in a loop. And we're joining those together. Wait a minute, I didn't do that right. And here I'm showing you. But go down through the loop. Wrap it around. And this is where you're joining your 2 colors together. Pull it through, wrap it around, go through 2, wrap it around, and go through 2. And now we got our new color joined on there. Do the 1 chain stitch, wrap it around, go through the loop at the top of your double crochet on this one, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it again, pull it through 2, wrap it, and pull it through 2. I know I don't probably explain this very well, but I just went through, pulled it, wrapped it, pulled it through two, wrap it, pull it through two. And then do your chain stitch again. Is this making sense to any of you? Yeah, I realize that a lot of you are not even interested in it, but I had some comments from some ladies that wanted to know how to do it. So I decided, well, maybe I'll just go live and do one. And see, then you got this little hole here in the corner where you did three double crochets, and then we did the one chain stitch in the corner. I don't know if you can see that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through that hole where that one little chain stitch was in the corner. Push it through, wrap it around, pull it through two. Wrap it, pull it through two. And that's going to give you a corner, or it's supposed to. Because we've got another corner over here. Let's see, right there. Go through your loop at the top of your double crochet. Wrap it around, pull it through two. Pull it through two. Wrap it, go down through your loop. And I didn't do something right here. Wait a minute. And see, it's very forgiving. If you mess up, you can always pull it out and redo it, just like I'm doing. Go down through your hole, wrap it, and pull it through two. Down, pull it. Uh, and see, I got three there. Now, the only difference is now when you get to a corner, wait a minute. Y'all, I messed up. Pull it back out till we go back to the goal. This is where it does get a little complicated. On the top of these, you go through and just basically do almost like a chain stitch until you get over to the other one where the hole is. I got to back up and start over. I didn't leave enough of my goal because you got to go over the top of these till you get to the other corner. And then you start when you get to that corner section right there, I know you can't see it. It's so tiny you can't see it. But that little corner section where you hook two of your three double crochets together with your chain stitch, That's your corner. And we're going to put 6 double crochets in this little corner. Go through that hole, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, pull it through 2. But we're going to do 3 double crochets, put a chain stitch in it, and then do 3 more to make a corner. And you go back right through that same hole, because we're going to put 6 double crochets in the corner. I'm not a very good teacher when it comes to crocheting. And then when you get the 6 in there, you pull it tight, and you can see you got your corner up there, right there where my finger's coming through. And then you skip over to the other corner, pull it through, push, wrap it around, pull it through 2, wrap it, pull it through 2. It'll look, it'll make more sense when I get it more of it on there. There's 3. And then you do a chain stitch, wrap it, pull it through the hole, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it and pull it through 2. I tried to get the camera set up so you could actually see what I'm doing, but I don't know how much you're seeing. I feel like I'm not holding it right for you to see or something. I don't know. And then do a chain stitch. And see, we got 6 of them in the corner, but the 6 of them are separated with that little chain stitch right there. Just like that corner is right here. You go through that opening. It's just a series of chain stitches and double crochets. I've made them before with triple crochets. Chain stitch, go back through the hole and make another double crochet. Just stick it down, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it and pull it through 2. And see, I'm making my corners. See how it's starting to look like a square? Well, good, Susan. You said your day started as a bad day and it's turned into the best day ever. That sounds good. Owie, little buddy just dug his toenails into my toe and it hurt. Yeah, I've got to go buy me some more yarn because I'm out of the colors I want to finish a bedspread that I already started. I got to get the brown for sure. I got yellow, but I need the brown and the turquoise. Yeah, it kind of gets monotonous after a while because you do the same thing over and over and over again. Stick it through the hole, wrap it, pull it through two, wrap it and pull it through two. And then you just do a chain stitch. And see how we basically created a square. Dumb as a bunny with this, Gladys says. You could learn and you could make you some pretty spreads and sweaters. You could make beanie caps. I mean, you can put all different color combinations together to make your little squares. I started making my granny squares with just bits and pieces and scraps of yarn because I had used the yarn to make something else. And then to connect it back to this one over here on this corner, you go through the top of the loop of the double crochet, wrap your yarn around, pull it through. Uh, Go through the loop, wrap it, pull it through. You do that 3 times on the top of your stitch. And then you can change colors again. See, what color should we put on there now? Maybe some pink. I like to do contrasting colors. That way you can see, I mean, it shows up better what I'm doing. All you do is tie your colors together. Uh, Somebody racing down the street. Oh, I got that hung up. That's not what I wanted to do, y'all. But yarn is forgiving. Like I said, if you do something wrong, all you do is pull the stitch out and start it over. But see, we got the corner right there, right where my finger's sticking through it. You wrap it and you go down through that hole right where my finger was. pull it through, wrap your next color around it, pull it through 2. It gets kind of tricky because you got those ends to deal with. Wrap it, pull it through 2. Go through the hole, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, and pull it through 2. Yeah, this is something, Gladys, you should learn to do. You'd have so much that you could make being confined to your bed. It relaxes your mind. I mean, once you get it started going good, you see the square. I mean, it's very apparent that you got a little square. And I put one too many on there. Put your 3 double crochets, do a chain stitch, wrap it around, go back down through your hole, and do 3 more double crochets. Wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, pull it through 2. And you do 3 of them. So you end up with 6 double crochets in each corner, and they're divided with a chain stitch. Right there, they're divided with a chain stitch in that corner. You can see how you can open it up. And then you do 1 more chain stitch. You wrap your yarn around to where you always have 2 on your um, hook. And the difference here is we've got 1 opening in the center. When we did this, we just went to each corner, but now we've got openings in the center because we did the 2 sets of 3 double crochets on the corner. We did a chain stitch right here, which left us an opening there. And then we did 2 sets of double crochets right there. So now what we do, we wrap it, it leaves 2 on the needle. We go through that hole. That makes the side of the square. Pull it through, wrap it, go through 2, wrap it, and go through 2. You don't have to worry about what stitch to put it in. You just put your needle down through this hole on the side. Wrap it, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through 2. Wrap it, pull it through 2. And you do that until you get 3 double crochets to the side. Chain stitch. And then we're moving to the corner again. Does that make any sense to y'all? Gladys says, I know how to knit and purl. Well, I'm surprised since you're confined to the bed that you don't make all kind of knitted stuff. But it's real easy to do once you learn these stitches. Oh my goodness, my I got to pull that out because my thread was cut and I didn't know it. Where's the end of it? I had a short piece of that pink, y'all, and I thought it was hooked to the long, the whole big piece. That's another good thing about yarn. You can always tie it together and keep going. Can always tie it together and keep going. I'm trying to get it up here to where you can see. I don't know if you can tell what I'm doing. And now I got this knot in my way. Could you imagine making a queen size bedspread with this or a king size? And I've made both. I made a queen size for my bed. I made a king size one for my son's bed years ago. I made a full size for my granddaughter's bed. And one more. And then the chain stitch. You do your 3 double crochets, chain stitch, 3 double crochets, chain stitch. And see how that one makes one on the side? Before we just did the corners, but the bigger the square gets, the more we have, more openings we have on the side. Like now we've got 2 openings right here on the side. So we'll have to put 3 double crochets there, 3 here, 3, chain stitch, and 3. And see, we got another one on this side. And I'm probably going too fast now. But I was hoping maybe some of you would have yarn and maybe a crochet hook, needle, or something so you could do some of the stitches with me. Oh, honey, I made 49 16-inch squares. And then it was backed by a solid color to make a queen size bedspread. That's on my bed right now. It just depends on how big you make it. And it takes a long time. I mean, it depends on how much time you spend working on it each day. I mean, once you get used to doing the stitches and know where each thing goes, it goes pretty fast because you're doing the same exact thing over and over again. So you do your 3 double crochets and a chain stitch. Your chain stitch is what makes your hole in the corner right there to make your corner. Your chain stitch between the 3 double crochets right here is what makes your opening. And in each opening, you put 3 double crochets in it. Until you come to the corner. And then on the corner, you put 3 here, chain stitch, and 3 double crochets here. That makes your corner. I'm trying to halfway watch the Little buddy, quit scratching my doors. I don't know what I'm going to do with you. Go. Go. I tell you, when you got animals around, they're just like kids, aren't they? But yeah, it's just a series of chain stitches and double crochets, and that's all it is. What makes your pattern is basically your different colors in your square. And like I said, you can make it all one color. I just chose to make mine all different colors each row. And I may eventually, when I get through with the ones I've started, I may just go ahead and make one solid color. The only problem is with making a solid color, you got to buy all your yarn at one time. Because when you go back to buy more of the same color, a lot of times it says it's the same color, but it's a different shade of that color. And when you start crocheting that new one on what you've already got done, you can see the difference in the shade of color, and it doesn't match. So my only advice, if anybody wants to make a whole bedspread just one color, try to figure out how much yarn you need and buy it all in the beginning. Just buy every bit of yarn you need to make your spread all at one time, because you'll never get it to match right if you don't. And that's one reason I decided to make mine in different colors. That way I don't have to really worry about matching the shades of color, except for the background color. But you can see how that square is taking shape. Now, is all that plain as day? Shelley says, I can sew, but I never tried this. I'm praying for. We need some rain. We haven't had any rain. We're supposed to maybe get some toward the end of the week. But just go through the hole, do a double crochet, just wrap it, pull it through two, wrap it, pull it through two. Go back and do another one. Go through the hole, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it, and go through two. Wrap it, go through two. That's the only way I know how to explain it, y'all. Go through the hole, pull it out, wrap it, go through two, wrap it, and go pull it through two. And then you can do your chain stitch, which leaves your opening like the one before it, right there. And then we get back to the corner again. You separate it, stick it through, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it again, pull it through two, wrap it and pull it through two. And you just keep going till you get three, and then you do a chain stitch. And then you do three more in your corner. Chain stitch. And then I'm going to do three more, and that makes your corner. And then do a chain stitch. So it's 3 double crochets, chain stitch, and then you do 3 more double crochets. And then see, we got another one here on this side. We got to do this last side before we change colors. But on the sides, you only put 3 double crochets in each side. The corners is where you put 3 double chain stitch and then 3 more, and that makes your corner. And then you can see how your square is taking shape right there. I don't know what color. How about yellow? Yellow, as they call it. That was one of my granddaughter's favorite colors when she was a little bitty. She loved yellow. That's one reason I made the background for her spread yellow. And I think I got a picture of it on my Facebook wall. And then to hook back to your corner, you go through the top of your double crochets. And this time you just do a chain stitch through it. And that's just to hook the color back into it. And then you can start doing your double crochets in your corner. It gets you up to the corner. I said I might try doing one and make the blocks all the same color, but then each block is a different color. I mean, it's simple to do. You just have to remember where to put your, and that's not even difficult because it's elementary. I mean, some of the crochet and stitches are so complicated, I'd never be able to do them. But something like this is real simple. And then here's where I told you we got 2 holes on each side. So then we got to make 3 double crochets in each one of those little holes on the side. And I've got those little finger crochet rings. I can't even use them. I'm so used to doing it this way with my fingers. It'd probably take me forever to try to figure out how to use one of those little rings that you put on your finger that helps hold your yarn. but just do 3 double crochets in each one of the side holes. You get back to the corner, and you know you got to put three double crochets, a chain stitch, and then 3 more double crochets in this corner right there to make your corner. And if I was smart, I would unroll my yarn and put it in balls. Probably be easier to work with. Oh, come on. There, just got that corner done. Yeah, I'm going to do this last row, and then that's all I'm going to do on this because it's repetitive. You do the same thing each time. Each hole on the side that you end up with, you put 3 double crochets and then a chain stitch. You come to your corner, put 3 double crochets, a chain stitch, and I don't know if it was plain, but I go down through there. I don't go through the yarn or anything. I just go through the hole, that hole right there in the yarn. So you don't have to worry about which loop do I go through. Just go through the hole, wrap it around and pull it through 2. Go back down through the hole, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, pull it through 2. And you do that 3 times because you need 3 double crochets. And then a chain stitch. And that gets you over to the other hole on the side. Just go down through the hole, wrap it, or pull it out, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, and pull it through 2. Go down through your hole, catch your yarn, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, and pull it through 2. Go down through the hole in the corner, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through 2, wrap it, pull it through 2. That's a double crochet right there. Back down, wrap it. That's the second one. Go down through the hole, wrap it, pull it through, wrap it, pull it through. And then do your chain stitch, just 1 chain stitch. That's the divider for your 3 double crochets. Yeah, my mom, she did all kind of crocheting, knitting. She knew all the fancy stitches, some that I'll never be able to do. And she was fast at it too. I mean, you can see how long it's taken me to make this one square. Because on my bed, I think my squares are like 16 inches square, and there's 7 to a row, and there's 7 rows of them. So that's 49 squares. at about 16 inches each square, plus the backing that you put on it, you know, the outside color that borders it that actually makes the background. So it depends on how fast you crochet, how long it takes you to make it, which usually it takes a pretty good while. Now I'm on the home stretch here. I'm on the last corner, down through the hole. You can see I went down through the hole right there. And when you come up, after you wrap it, you got 4 pieces of yarn on your needle. There's 4 on there. You turn your hook, grab the last one, pull it through 2, pull it up, wrap it, and pull it through the 2 last ones. And then do your chain stitch. Well, we don't do a chain stitch yet. I got 2 more double crochets to do first. I got ahead of myself. So I mean, it's real easy once you get the stitches down. Now I do my chain stitch. Now I have to do 3 more in that same hole because that's the corner. I'm getting hung up on the computer. And like I said, each hole on the side, you only do 3 double crochets in each side hole. You do a chain stitch between them, and then you go back to the next hole and do 3 more double crochets. And now I'm here at the corner where I started, so I'm going to hook it into the same color loop. We'll leave this section open with that 1 chain stitch. So we'll end up with 3 openings on the side now. The bigger the square, the more openings you have on each side. I've got 3 now. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then just the one on the corner right there. And you just do chain stitches as you go through the top of each double crochet that you did on one side. Whoops. And then you're ready to add another color. And then you just keep repeating it. And see, y'all, we just made this square. So now, is that as plain as mud, y'all? Let's see if I can get this back over here in this other holder. I hope I'm back. Well, I'm back, Kai.
Oh yeah. Hey.
There you go.
We're just changing a tire outside.
Just changing a tire.
Yeah, it's been my luck. Like I've had 6 flats.
Oh
Um,
my gosh.
like 3 on my work van this last month, and then I guess 2 on my car this month. Hey, stop shooting me over.
That's not good.
No, I feel like it's my neighbors. Just kidding.
I just started to say, evidently you're picking up nails or screws or something somewhere.
Yep.
Be sure your neighbors aren't putting stuff out for you to have
Yeah.
flat tires.
Yeah.
You don't have that kind of neighbors, do you?
Nah. Neighbors are pretty cool, but it got to the point where I was thinking maybe, and I started sweeping the road of everything. But yeah. Ooh.
Well, I picked up a nail or a screw or something in one of my tires, and it didn't go flat, but it kept losing air. So the tire pressure light kept coming on, warning me to check the pressure in the tires. And I
Mm.
took it in to get it checked, and sure enough, there was a nail in it, and I have no idea where I got it from. But they were able to fix it, patch it. I didn't have to get a new tire. Where'd you go, Kai? He disappeared. Maybe he'll be back. Ladies and gentlemen, any of the rest of you that want to get up on screen with me, there's the link at the top of the chat. Feel free to copy the link, post it in your browser, and It takes you to backstage and you can get on screen with me. Yeah, I hit the wrong button, Gladys, trying to switch over the tripods, and I had to go back in. It was still live, but the camera was off. I don't know where Kai went. He disappeared. He disappeared, y'all. Now, does everybody know how to do a granny square? Can y'all do a granny square? Patty C says, "Oh, I do." His channel is Oli Guy. Let's see, I got it written down. It's HAOLEGUY 808. Maybe he'll come back in. He disappeared. I guess he was in the garage trying to tend to his tires. There was somebody in the chat Sunday that was said, oh, they were going to get up on screen with me, but I didn't go through StreamYard, I don't think, Sunday. And that's why I went through StreamYard this time. So if anybody wants to get up on screen with me, they can. Just the link's at the top of the live chat. Just copy that link or click on it. I'm not sure if you can click on it and go to it, but yes, but could before. What do I, something to do with pressure and wear on tires? Yes, thank you. Got to go to bed, work early at AM. What do I think about what, Shelley? Because I missed some of the comments. I was busy trying to show y'all how to do the double crochet and the chain stitch and doing my square. So yes, but could before. You can't get on screen now, Sheila. Is that what you're saying? And then Shelley says, "What do you think, Linda?" Oh, okay, Patty. You subscribed to his channel too. I did. I think I was his first subscriber. I was his very first subscriber. Well, you can now. I mean, why was fun watching you? It was Shelley. Well, any of you can get on screen now, just like Kai did. You have no excuse. A bad hair day is not going to keep you off the camera. I mean, look at my hair. It's just pulled back. I pulled it back and it wasn't even dry good yet. Thank you for the corners on the crochet. Loved it. We don't have very many people watching. I guess a lot of the guys wasn't interested in crocheting. Okay, you too, Patty C. You have a great day tomorrow. It would take a miracle for me to make a granny square. No, it wouldn't. It's real easy. If you were here, I could probably teach you in 5 minutes. because you'd be able to see and understand more about what I'm doing than what probably you could see on the screen. I did a lot of it after my back and neck injury because it was good exercise for the muscles in my arms and stuff. And but I haven't done a lot of it in a long time. But I still got all my squares and my yarn. Like I said, I need to buy more yarn to finish what I've got, but if I keep my pattern going, so well, are y'all leaving me? You asked if we could do a granny square now, and I answered yes. Okay. Do you have any natural Gatorade? I've never made Gatorade in my life. I didn't even know people made Gatorade at home. Yes, well, no, that was one that I bought. The yellow ones that I used to have up there, I made, but these tan ones, they're actually some that I bought. Yeah, I'll have to check into that. I never thought about making Gatorade. They look awesome. Oh, you like my tan curtains? Well, you're not going to believe it, but I bought them and they were tan, but then the bottom of the curtain had a row of chickens across it, and I didn't want the chickens in there. So I cut the row of chickens out and sewed the panel back together to make it all a solid tan color. And I got rid of the chickens because I didn't want chickens on my windows. But that's the only thing I changed about them. I meant like lemonade with honey and salt. No, I make a lot of my own lemonade and stuff like that, but I never really thought about making a Gatorade. And I never add salt because I don't like to use a lot of salt. Still on the phone with kids. What happened to Kai? He disappeared. My coffee's cold, but now I got iced coffee, right? Like Eco Dye. Huh. No, I've never really tried dyeing fabric with plants and different things. I mean, I know a lot of people do, but I never really got into that. You could probably dye something with the beet leaves, because when you cut beets, the leaves, they bleed red, they get red all over everything. So you could probably use that as a red dye. I mean, I've never tried it, but I would think you probably could. Beats making awesome paper dye and fabric. Yeah, I figured it would. I mean, I've never tried it, but it would definitely make a good red dye. We got 22 in here. Didn't get very many people interested in crocheting, huh? And I don't know if the one that was interested in knowing how it was done even was in here tonight because I don't remember who it was. Very quiet in chat tonight. Did Connie ever come in? I didn't notify anybody. I mean, I didn't send out messages or anything because I figured you got notified by, the all notifications. But Connie may be busy. Yes, I did. I spent most of my morning putting water to my plants and pulling weeds. You think I scared them away with that nude video? I probably should not have showed that on my live. I really probably should not have. I thought about that afterward and I said, I probably should not have showed that on my live. Yeah, Connie may be asleep because she doesn't sleep good, just like me. There's nights that she doesn't sleep at all. So she could be asleep. Well, I got up about daylight this morning and I was out watering just as daylight was coming in because it's cooler real early in the morning or late in the evening when the sun goes down. So I spent half of my day out in my yard this morning. And finally, it was getting so hot about 10 and 11 o'clock, I had to come in. Onion dried castings make a beautiful yellow color. Really? I never thought about that. It was okay to me, that funny picture. Well, really, you couldn't see anything, but it almost looked like you could because I don't know if you could tell it in that video. There was a square block that they put right in front of him, but it almost made it look like it was there. I mean, the block they tried to cover it up with almost looked like the real thing. It's like, why even bother? It rained there today or yesterday. We need rain, but we might get some rain toward the end of the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And I'm hoping we do because we need it. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't me. At least I'm not the one that was up there nude. This dude was. I would never do that myself, so don't have to worry about that. Yeah, I don't know if my watermelons are going to make or not. I mean, my vines are producing watermelons, but I don't know if they're going to mature like they should. I'm afraid their growth is going to be stunted by the heat and no rain. And I try to keep them watered as much as possible, but I just don't know. Time will tell. I've got one that dried up already. I don't know if something chewed through the vine or what, but I've got several that are trying to grow. I saw something. Yeah, it made it look like it was really something, but they really had a like a block or square up in front of him, but it looked so much like what was supposed to be there, you couldn't tell it. Yeah, I do too. This is the first time. Well, last year I planted watermelon and I pulled the vine up because it got those aphids all over it. And pulling it up, I got to the end of the vine and I had little watermelons on it. And I said, man, I should have left the vine. And I said, the little watermelons may have made it, even though there was aphids all over the vine. I've got three different types of watermelon planted, and I've got that canary yellow melon, which I already picked that one and cut it open, and that's what it was. It was a canary yellow melon, like a cantaloupe. Something 8 years last year. Well, I don't know what it is, but the grasshoppers have been eating a lot of my garden, but they haven't bothered the watermelon vines for some reason. Maybe they don't like the watermelon vine, but they sure like the kale and the tree collard and perpetual spinach. Not so much the perpetual spinach, but they love the kale. Those grasshoppers have been all over that kale eating it up. And the turnip leaves, the rutabaga leaves. Of course, I don't eat turnip leaves and I don't eat rutabaga leaves. I don't even know if you could. I mean, you might, but I've never seen the grasshoppers this bad before. I got aggravated with them, remember, and I caught them and I went fishing with them. And I did catch one little catfish with them, with one. I need to catch some more of them, go fishing with them again. They want to eat my stuff. I'll let the fish eat them. Turnip. Well, yeah, turnip greens, I do know you can eat because I've eaten those. But I do have grasshoppers or something eating those leaves. And I've got rutabagas. They're actually forming big roots. So I can't wait to see how big they end up. Because I moved a lot of them over in the shady part of the yard, and they're doing a lot better over there. And the turnips are doing pretty good since I put that shade cloth above them. I've got it in my gallon jug, and I haven't had time to put it in the sprayer to go out and spray them yet. I've been so busy watering and doing everything else, I haven't had time to do that. But I checked my leaves and I didn't see any worms or anything else on them. So basically right now it has to be the grasshoppers. But I'll get out there one day and spray them. And if we get rain this week, I said I don't know if I should wait and see if it's going to rain or not, because if it rains it'll just wash it off of the plant and I'll have to spray it again. So I might wait since it's just another day. They said we're going to have a chance of rain Wednesday and Thursday and I think Friday. So I might wait and see if we're going to get any rain before I spray them. Because it seems like when we have a really good rain is when those, whatever those things are, drop eggs on the leaves, and it you end up with the worms on your leaves. So that'd be a real good time to spray them, is right after it rains. I know it took up half of my morning. I mean, I got out there this morning right at daylight. I didn't have a cup of coffee. I didn't have any breakfast, nothing. I just got up, went straight out in the yard and started watering. My yard needs to be mowed. That's going to take me 2 or 3 days just to mow my yard. And I'm not looking forward to that because I don't like to mow. Shelley gave me pink roses, so pretty. Yeah, I was watching one of her videos where she kept saying something about, Gladys, there's you a red rose, or there's you a pink rose. It's almost like watching my own video. She's got a lot of stuff planted in buckets and big pots, and she's got rocks around some of the stuff she's got planted in the yard like I have. But where she's at, her garden grows better than mine because she gets more rain. Her ground is wetter than it is here. I mean, you can tell by everything that grows around there. So it's easier for her to be able to grow anything than it is for me here. She says, I learned from you. Well, that's one reason I was doing it. Not so much that I can grow a great big garden, but I know what I do, it works. And if you're in an area other than where I'm at, and if you did what I'm showing you, you'll be able to grow anything you want to grow in your garden. I mean, Mississippi, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, all those areas are real good places to grow stuff in the ground or in a tote. Yeah, you don't have water restrictions. I do. And I've got to the place where I'm just about ready to tell the water company where to go. I mean, I did call them one time and I chewed them out about not letting me use my water hose to, garden hose to water with. I was supposed to take a 5-gallon bucket around and water stuff. Well, I can't carry a 5-gallon bucket. It's too heavy. So I have to use like a little 2-gallon bucket or smaller. And I said, it's ridiculous. I said, everything, all the money I put in my yard and flower bulbs and plants and everything else, and I've had to watch them die over the last 2.5 years. And I told them I'm getting tired of it. I said, this is going on long enough. Don't you think you need to fix the problem? Well, the next time I got a water bill, I read the restrictions on the back of it, and we still are restricted, but at least they said I could use my water hose. I don't have to use a 5-gallon bucket. I do. I do, Gladys. I'm out there doing something in that garden all the time. A lot of yours died from the heat. Well, what I saw in your video looked real good. It didn't look like any of your plants were burning up like mine are. Yeah, I saw that, Shelley. You have a lot of flowers, but you got some cucumbers. You got some tomatoes. And I'm still debating whether to plant another tote or two of sweet potatoes because I got all those sweet potato slips out there and they're still, those potatoes are still producing slips. I don't know what I'm going to do with all of them. I said I didn't have any and I was asking for sweet potato slips and man, did I get them. They say ask and you shall receive, right? Well, I'm sure receiving. I got so many sweet potato vines, I don't know what to do with all of them. They say sweet potatoes are invasive, but I said since I'm planting them in totes, I don't think they'll be that bad. I don't know. Does the vine root and start a plant in the ground as it travels across the yard? You started too many tomato suckers. Oh, you can never have too many tomatoes, Shelley. The way mine is, they all don't produce at the same time, and that's good. They produce tomatoes at different times. You always have tomatoes coming in. And I got quite a few eggplants on my plants out there, but I don't know how big to let them get. They're supposed to be the Black Beauty, but I'm not sure how big they're supposed to be. And I don't want to pick them too soon, so you don't have anywhere to plant sweet potatoes or tomatoes. Well, that sounds like me. I'm running out of space to plant. Susan said my sweet potato is taking my broom away. Well, this is the prettiest they've been in many years because we've had such bad weather with no rain that my crepe myrtles have not bloomed until this year. I mean, they used to bloom every summer, really pretty like they are now. But the last couple of summers, they didn't bloom because we didn't get enough rain. I was afraid I was going to lose them. And we got enough rain this year that all of my crepe myrtles bloomed. I've got, let's see, I think I've got 5 crepe myrtles left that are survived over the years that I planted originally. I wish I could plant a money tree, Gladys. I'd plant a money tree and then I'd be rooting more to go with it. Unfortunately, with there is no money trees. One thing that I was going to try that I haven't tried yet, and I've got the seeds, is try to get a pomegranate tree planted. I've got the seeds from a pomegranate, but I've never tried to get them to sprout or plant them or do anything with them. Seriously, it's wrapped around it. Is it growing upstairs yet, Susan? Even moved it from against the house to leaning out from it. Shelley McDaniel said, I'm still here listening. I don't have a garden, so can't really relate to all this. I tried a few things, but all died. Yeah, I finally went out then broke that great big old tall sunflower off. that was in that 5-gallon bucket that kept falling over. It was so top heavy. Well, the last time I think the roots came out of the bucket and went down in the ground. The last time it fell off, I think it broke the roots and it started dying. So I just went ahead and cut it off. I planted some pepper plants down in the bucket. I broke it off, left the roots down in there, and I said, well, if they decay and die, they'll just go to compost. And there's Kai, he's back. Oh, your phone overheated. That's what it was. I was wondering how come you disappeared like that. I said, well, you're probably just taking care of tire business. Nobody wants to get up on the video with me. Kai's the only one that's been getting up there with me. I haven't checked, but they dropped a penny down on my deck. And Jackie has a lot of plants, flowers, roses, only one orange tree, and they are real sweet. I have a pomegranate, only one, but doesn't seem to grow fruit well. Those only fruit. I have no vegetables. Huh. I don't have any fruit trees. I tried growing avocados and I get them started and I end up with 2 or 3 foot tall avocado trees, but then in cold weather they die. They can't handle the cold weather here. And if you bring them inside, they don't get sun inside my house. So they start dying from no sun. So I've not even started any avocados this year. Let's see if I can find it, Susie. Find her picture that she sent to me. I remember one of the plants that looked like it had 2 tomatoes on it. Well, it don't matter, Susan. Nobody's going to know. Oh, I see a red tomato in there down toward the bottom. Can't see it very good on the screen, though. Can't see it hardly at all. But she's got a little one in her hand, little cherry tomato. She said that was her first big harvest, that one little cherry tomato, but I bet it's good. And there's Susie with her little doggie. See, now you could get up on the screen and show your dog. And I know there was somebody that wanted my email address, and I think I put it on there yesterday, but I've not gotten an email from anybody, or I haven't seen one. The next one I picked it. You're proud of your little tomato? She said, I wish it was like a flower that I could press and keep it forever. I do too, Shelley. Usually, if I see a ripe one out there, I'll pick it and eat it as I'm walking around the garden. Because I don't usually spray any of my tomato plants with anything, so you can just eat them right off the bush, and they're good. My email address is usually in the description of all my videos. So if you ever want the email address, I mean, I don't mind giving it to you, but it is in the description of my videos. It's hauserlinda49 at Gmail. And you know, the volunteers are always the best, Shelley, because they're determined to grow. And usually, if I have a volunteer that comes up, I leave it and let it grow. Yeah, that little tomato is the cutest thing ever, Susan. I want to show my work off on my channel and try to teach people that I do, but everything I do top secret to the government. I think that would be cool and help on my channel grow. Yeah, well, maybe one day, Kai, you never know. Things might change to where you can show some stuff. She's doing better. You talking about Tippy? I don't see anybody getting backstage. Nobody wants to get on screen. Yeah, I can imagine it is, Kai. You know, they said it was going to be 99 today, but it hit 101. And it's supposed to be 101 tomorrow. So if I do anything outside, it's going to be early, early in the morning or late, late in the evening. And I got to mow, and I just don't know when I'm going to do. I don't want to do it. You think you have 110 subscribers? Oh, okay. Well, that's all right, Kai. I'd love to see them, but I understand. I'd love to see those little guys. It'd be so sweet. But I understand because, like I said, my son is grown and he don't want to be on YouTube. He does not want his face put on YouTube for a lot of reasons, and security is one of them. Your plaid's blinking off, and they'll be watching on TV. Okay, Gladys. Well, you have a good night if you don't get to come back on in chat. Okay. She'll be watching on TV. Sounds like tomorrow morning you need to put a frying pan out. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting about that. I gotta fry that egg. Yeah, tomorrow afternoon I'm gonna put a you I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna remember to get me an egg and put it out on a rock. I'm gonna fry me an egg on a rock. I haven't decided if I'm gonna put it in a frying pan or not, but it'll be cooked on a rock that's in the sun. So we'll see. But literally 1 year out here, it was so hot. I mean, it was the year that we had like 110, 115-degree weather. This guy cracked the egg on the hood of his car, and it literally fried the egg on his car. It was so hot. Well, you know how hot metal gets from the sun. Jackie said, yes, please, can't wait to see an egg cook on a rock. Most of the heat. You think the rock will absorb? Well, I might put it in a pan. I don't know. We'll see. I might put it in a little frying pan or some kind of a aluminum pan or something. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I keep forgetting about that. I've got to do that. And I said the next time it gets over triple digits, then I'm going to do it. And if you know if it's hot enough that you can fry an egg outside on a rock in a pan in the sun, you know it's going to burn your plants up. That's why I got my shade cloth put up. Yeah, and I think I'm going to put it on the rock out there beside my silver shed because I had a squash plant pot sitting on top of that rock or boulder, and it was just so hot it burnt the squash up. The plant died. So I don't put anything back there. I've got two spots where there's rocks that I've got stacked, and I used them as like a platform to put pots on to grow plants. But it's too hot. They're in the sun all day, and it burns them up. So that'll be a good spot to fry the egg. Yeah, I could put it on some aluminum foil, or I've got I think an aluminum, one of those aluminum throwaway tray pans, like a pie pan tin, you know. I could use one of those. But we'll see. But I'm not sure if I put it out there, the animals won't get to it. I don't know if cats would eat a raw egg or not. I have no idea. And I don't know if ants would get to it either. If you set it out early in the morning, it would be piping hot tomorrow afternoon. Maybe I should can it. Well, I know it wouldn't get hot enough on my car unless I move my car out from under the carport because I keep my car parked under the carport all the time. Keep it partially in the shade most of the day. I can't wait to see an egg cook on a rock. Yeah, that's going to be my video for tomorrow. Is trying to fry egg on a rock out in my yard. Yeah, it probably will hit 102. They say 101, but they said 99 today, and it hit like 100, 101 today. So it'll probably be 102 or 103 tomorrow. It will be an amazing video. I hope you still have your cheesy title. What? Oh, I almost forgot. I did write it down, Kai. See where it went. I know I did write it down. Where did I write it at? Okay, where did I put it? Well, I know I wrote it down, and now I just don't know what I did with it. I probably wrote it down on some. Oh, oh, here it is. I knew I wrote it down. I got it. The Texas heat ain't no yoke. Let me show you egg exactly, egg what I mean. Yeah, I got it, Kai. I wrote it down because I said if I do it, I'm going to put that title on it. So I got it. Heat warning ends at 8 p.m. tomorrow. Yeah, I know exactly. But you got egg, egg egg. But I'm going to use it if I get the video done. I don't know how one would spell that. Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, that's pretty close. Exactly. Put an S after egg. Where's my pen? Oh, well, I know I got a pen. There it is. Exactly. That'll be a catchy title. That'll be good to use. I'm eating mini salad, but didn't have the heart to eat the tomato yet. Oh, I would have already eaten that tomato. I'd have eaten it the minute I picked it. It's on display in front of me on my computer table. She's going to cast that little tomato in bronze and keep it forever. Oh, there's Connie. Hey, exactly. Exactly. Connie missed the picture of your tomato. Oh, I'll show her. Just for you, Susan. There's Susan's great big tomato, her first harvest, Connie. She doesn't want to eat it. She wants to keep it forever. I said she should cast it in bronze or make a mold with it and cast it in ceramics or something. I usually eat mine the minute I pick them off the bush. That's when they're the best. I have no idea, Susan. I don't know how much they charge to cast anything in bronze. You know, they do baby shoes like that all the time. He is adorable. Connie could probably put it in resin for you, make you a paperweight with a tomato inside, and you could see it. Now she's got three babies, her two little doggies and her tomato. There you go. My ex-husband, when we were still married, when it first came out here, he used to put scorpions and all kind of stuff cast in resin and make paperweights out of them. And it was clear as glass, so you could really see it good. And it would be neat to be able to do that with your little tomato. Put it in a clear paperweight. Shelly says she's going to come eat them. Oh no, I'm claustrophobic too, Anne, and I had to do meditation to be able to be put in there. I freaked out when he first tried to put me in that thing. And he said, "What's wrong? What's wrong?" I said, "I got claustrophobia. I can't go in there." He said, "Well, you'll have to just reschedule for another day. Just go to your doctor and get some kind of sedative." I said, "No, just give me a minute. I'll try meditation." I said, I'll be able to do it. So I kind of grouped all my faculties about me and laid back down and closed my eyes. And I said, "Okay, I'm ready." I never opened my eyes until I came back out. But the whole time I was in that machine where them doing the MRI, I was in a big field of flowers. I was not even there in that building. I mean, I could just visualize all these flowers around me, and I was not even in the building, much less in that machine. And he laughed at me when he got me out. He said, "I don't believe it." He said, "For somebody that has claustrophobia and you being afraid of small places," he said, "you were the best one I've had yet." I said, "Yeah, because I didn't move a muscle, did I?" Too scared to move. But no, medication works. Or meditation, not medication. Meditation does work. It's like I had an outer body experience and I was out in a field of flowers. I was not even in that building. But I didn't want to have to leave and reschedule and go back another day. I said, "There's no way I'm going to do that." Well, the right drugs do too. Yeah, Susan, the right drugs will put you into outer space too. You'll be flying high. You should go do that. Make a cool coaster out of resin and add plant seeds and flower petals into it with Linda's garden. Yeah, that'd be an idea, but I've never worked with resin. My ex-husband did. I never tried it. Well, all that stuff that used to be illegal is legal now, Susan, but I don't do any of it. They were showing pictures of places like New York and California where the homeless are on the streets, and they're calling them walking zombies, walking dead, because they look like some of these zombies in these movies that you see that are all freaky and walking around with their hands up in the air and all this kind of stuff. That's exactly what some of these people look like on the street. They're high on drugs and they look like walking zombies. It worked. It worked. And just breathe in and out steadily and close your eyes. Think about what makes you happy. It will calm you. Oh, wow. You still have problems with your neck? Well, I know you had some broken bones from the surgery, the way they manhandled you, but you reckon it could have pinched nerves or something that's still causing the pain? Yeah, it would be cool, Kai, to have seeds or something in resin. Or like Susan, take that little tomato and put it in a paperweight of resin. And then she'll always have her little tomato. That's what my hubby thinks. Yeah, it sounds like you may have a pinched nerve and it's causing the pain from all that. Well, my ex did his resin stuff outside, but I don't think he ever had on protective gear with it. He may have wore gloves, I don't remember. He even put a rattlesnake in resin one time in a great big thing like paperweight curled up. But he had scorpions in resin. He had tarantulas that he put in resin paperweights. But I've never tried it. I've never worked with resin. I used to hate when we were still married to even open the freezer because he had all kind of critters in the freezer. I didn't even want to dig down in there to get meat out to cook because I never knew what I was going to come across. He had snakes, rattlers, all kind of creepy crawlers. I even got to the place where I refused to open the lid on the chest freezer because I didn't know what was in there. You have to wear a respirator when you work with resin and always wear gloves. No, he didn't do it in the house. I don't remember where he did that resin stuff at, but he didn't do it in the house here. I don't remember where he did it, but I know he kept his critters in our freezer, our deep freeze, till he got ready to put them in resin. And I didn't even want to open the freezer door anymore. You used to do glass etching. I bet that was pretty. He had a freaking dead raccoon in a plastic bag in the freezer one time. I said, "What in the world are you going to do with a raccoon? You're not putting that in resin." Put centipedes in glass light bulbs and add resin, and then when it hardens, break the glass, and it was cool paperweight. He did all kind of bugs. Hmm. I bet that some of them were kind of neat. With your trimmer, you couldn't do it anymore. Well, if I were you, Susan, and I get frustrated trying to eat a salad because I couldn't keep it on the fork, I'd throw the fork down and eat with my fingers. If I was home, I would. You never knew, huh? That's the reason I never wanted to open the freezer door when we were still married, because I never knew what was in that deep freeze. I refused to even go in it anymore. If I wanted meat out of it to cook, I'd tell him to get it. I'm not going in there with your critters. Oh, over time, if you put anything that has moisture in it, it will fall apart. Yeah, I can imagine, Susan. Oh dear me, yeah, a raccoon. I, I got told I would not even open the freezer. Like I said, he had scorpions, tarantulas, rattlesnakes, raccoons, whatever, all in the freezer. I just didn't even want to open the freezer door anymore because I never knew what was in there. Yeah, at least it wasn't people parts. If he'd have been putting people parts in the freezer, I'd been gone. I wouldn't even been living with him anymore. Oh my gosh. I had a teacher also who would take the biting pinchers out of centipedes and give them to us to play with in class. Oh, I can see a centipede and my skin just crawls. Ooh. Yeah, they're just harmless, ugly, creepy worms at that point. But I couldn't handle one of them crawling on me. Ooh, that's Hawaii for you. Well, I told y'all one time that when I was going to school in North Carolina in my hometown, it wasn't unusual at all for some little boy to bring a green snake, a live green snake, to school and put it in the teacher's desk before she came into class. That way, when she pull that little middle drawer open to get her pens or pencils or whatever she needed out, there was a green snake in there. But they were never afraid of it because they knew a green snake was harmless. It was just the fact, that you open your desk drawer and there's a snake in there. You have to find things to entertain it. Oh man. Woo. Put fake dog poop in the teacher's drawer. I don't know which would be worse, the green snake or the fake dog poop. Well, I didn't get up to 40 or 50 people watching tonight's live like I did before. Not that many people are interested in crocheting, I guess. Nothing else bothered me, but that did. Oh, I can't imagine. Oh, I never actually dissected one of the worms or frogs or anything in science when I was in school. But later in life, when I was substitute teaching, I was subbing in science lab a lot of times when the kids had to dissect those big old gray looking worms. They look like snakes, they're so big. I know when I was in school in North Carolina, the high school students literally had to catch frogs. They had live frogs, not dead ones. They had live frogs. They had to put them to sleep, cut them open, look at their parts inside, sew them back together, wake them up, and if their frog lived, you got a passing grade. If your frog died, you got a bad grade. I never had to do that. I would not, could not do that. Here we did squid. No, I ain't doing none of that. I could not be a surgeon or anything like that. And I'm sure that's what they are getting you ready for a lot of people that want to get into surgery and stuff like that. They got to be able to cut open all those dead critters. Have to do that first before you cut on live people. You dissected a cow brain in science class in middle school. Oh no, no, no. I bet. I don't want to dissect any cow brain. Ooh, that'd be gross. My science teacher was our volleyball coach. He always sent us to the gym to practice. I didn't learn any science. Now, South Bend and most Fort Wayne. I don't understand that comment, Susan. Oh, a fetal pig. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, tornado warnings. That's what it is. Indiana. See how long we've been on here. 2.5 hours, y'all. And I've been wanting to do more of the riding around videos and going in stores videos and stuff like that. But it seems like more and more of the stores have been started playing music. And I don't know if they're solely doing it so people like me that have YouTube channels don't video in there, or what the deal is. And I hate doing a video and then have to cut the sound out and then go back and add, narrate it all. Well, I'm probably going to have more night lives, Kai. I've been trying to jump around and do lives at different times and not just on Thursdays and Sunday. So you'll probably be able to get in more lives than what you think after work. Yeah, just like tonight, I don't usually go live on Monday night at 8 o'clock, but I decided to go live at 8 this evening to kind of see how many people would show up. But I don't think most of the men were interested in crocheting, so they decided not to pop in. I guess they figured that's a woman thing. But I'm glad you popped in because the whole live is not just crocheting, so we like to chit chat too. Well, you don't usually get a strike, but they do copyright it, and they won't monetize the video if there's music in the background. Now there is music in YouTube. You can go to the section with YouTube that has music available, and they claim you can pick some of their music that you can use, where you can either share the earnings from it, or either they don't care if you use the music and you get all the earnings from it. But so far, I've not been able to find any. Every time I put some of YouTube's music to my video, it shows that it's copyrighted and they won't monetize the video. I said, well, sooner or later, I'll come across something on YouTube that I can add as music to some of my videos and, still have it monetized. Yeah, I know there is a lot of them that do knit and crochet and quilt, but I don't think they found my channel. Not many of them anyway. Susan said, I just remembered I was going to get a shower tonight. Oopsie. Well, I had my shower earlier today, so I was so dirty and sweaty from being in the yard today. I had to come in and just shower from head to toe to get some of the sweat off of me and the dirt. Guess it won't matter since it's still going to be too hot tomorrow. Yeah, like I said, it'll be too hot for me to do anything tomorrow unless it's early, early in the morning about daylight, like I got out there this morning. And then after I was all sweaty and dirty, it didn't matter anymore. I stayed out there and just kept sweating. But, you know, when it hit about 11 o'clock, it was getting too hot. I had to come in. I had to call it a day from outside. Well, you can go to these websites that have royalty free music, but then you got to pay to be part of the website to be able to use the music. Because I've done that. I went to these sites where they say, here's YouTube music that you can get monetized using. But then you have to pay a fee to that website to be able to use the music. And right now, I haven't been wanting to pay a fee to be able to use music off of a website. And then too, I said, I'm afraid that if I pay the fee and try to use the music off their site that they claim I can use, that I'll get it on there and then YouTube will tell me that it's copyrighted. So I just don't mess with it. Yeah, YouTube has got a lot of music on YouTube that you can use or they claim you can use, and you can share the earnings from it, or you can find some that's not copyrighted at all. Just like the parade, I think the last 4th of July parade video that I put up, I'm sharing royalties with whoever owns the copyrights to the music, what little bit of music that was in that video. Because it was copyrighted, but it shows that I'm sharing the profits. So that's why I was able to put that video up and not change it. Yeah, I went to so many of these websites where it says free music, not copyrighted, put on your YouTube videos. And I'd get in there and I'd check around and I'd find something I want. And then that right up front, they want you to pay a fee to be able to use their music. So I says, oh, heck no, I don't want to get into all that. I'll just wait and go back to YouTube's music and find something on there if I want it. Like if it's music from Mexico, like I was doing a live outside my outside my back door one night. And my neighbors who are Mexican, they were having some kind of a Mexican party and they had a lot of loud Mexican music playing. Well, it was all in the video, but they copyrighted my video because of that music. And then it was even restricted from being shown in some countries because of the music. So there's only part of the world that they'll even show the video and then not even monetize it at all. So you live and learn with YouTube. It's not as easy as you think to put music on there. And I don't know where some of these people are getting all their music that's not copyrighted that they're putting on their YouTube videos, because there's a lot of people that do. And I said they're able to find music that they can put on their videos and still get monetized with it. And usually the music that you find that they let you put on YouTube videos and be monetized so you get paid off of it is a lot of the music that you don't even want. It just depends on the video whether you'd want it on there or not. The weather guy I watched just hit 345,000 subs. Oh wow. Yeah, the crime channels and the weather channels, all those kind of places, they get a lot of subs because a lot of people want to keep up with their weather. And a lot of people want to keep up with the crime that's going on. Like Trump getting shot, a lot of people broadcast that over their channels, their news channels, and they get a lot of subs on that, a lot of views too. He's just a kid, but does tornado and severe weather warnings. Well, I just recently hit over 1 million views. It'd be a good day if I ever hit over 1 million subscribers. A lot of them were taken down. Yeah, I can imagine the actual weather channels and news channels don't really like people cloning their information and putting it on their channels, I'm sure. One guy had YouTube limiting his comments of people in chat. Wow. Usually when I want to see anything about the weather, I go to the actual weather channels, not someone else's channel that's just putting the weather up there. Oh wow. He wants the areas where he gets the big time views. Yeah, we got to say good night, everybody. We've been on here going almost 3 hours, and I'm tired. I know y'all are tired. Tomorrow's another day. So I want to thank each and every one of you for coming into my live tonight. This will be the only one of these I do because it doesn't look like there's too many people interested in it. I mean, I got a good showing though. I can't complain. But I love each and every one of you. So happy you came and took the time to show up in my live tonight. Kai as well. I always appreciate Kai dropping in. And I'll see you on the next one, okay? Y'all have a blessed night. Have a good day tomorrow and stay cool. He was on the Trump info. Yeah, he's telling stuff they don't want out. So, okay, guys, y'all have a blessed night. Have a great day tomorrow. Stay cool. It's going to be probably 102 degrees here in Texas tomorrow. So I'm going to stay cool. Talk to you on or see you on the next one. Y'all have a blessed night. Love y'all. Bye.